What is up, Thunder RC, Traxxas Maxx V2? I just want to talk about this truck, some important upgrades that I recommend you do if you own a Traxxas Maxx V2. Okay, so let's dive into it real quick. I'm going to show you everything I've done to the truck and some of the key weak points. All right, so as you've seen in my vids before, I've bashed this thing on 4S and 6S and just had a great time with this Max. I'm going to tell you right now, there are a few weak points on the Max. Although it is very durable, there are a few weak points. These are easy mods and not very expensive. The most expensive one, I'd say, is changing your ESC. Okay, so the Traxxas Maxx comes with this guy right here, and it's massive. As you can see, it's the same size as the Hobby Wing Max 6 I have in there. And this thing, it's, you know, it's okay, but it's not very efficient. They cut out a lot, especially when you gear this thing up. It just is not very powerful. It doesn't do it for me. So I put in a Hobby Wing Max 6 ESC that's more than enough power. You can put in any 8-scale ESC. It doesn't matter. Just something different than the stock ESC that comes with it. And the next upgrade, I'll show you right here. This is very important. So I have two upgrades here on the hubs. One of the main weak points of the Traxxas Maxx is the steering hub. Okay, and that weak point is where these two cross pins go up into the hub. Now, as you can see, I've already replaced it. This is a Hot Racing, and this is a perfect fit with the stock plastic drive shafts. Okay, and yeah, hopefully that solves the problem. But before, with the plastic hub, if you land off or land weird, these pins will literally just pop out of the plastic, and the more you do it, the weaker the plastic becomes. So as you can also see, I have these hub extenders. Now, these are awesome. Truck didn't really need them, but I found them on eBay and I thought, wow, to make the Wide Max even wider, let's do it. And I've loved them. So if you want, I can leave a link in the description down below where you can pick these up. They're all metal, they're 17 millimeter, and they do fit your plastic drive shafts. Now, plastic drive shafts. There's a lot I can say about the plastic drive shafts. I like them and I don't like them. On 4S, they're phenomenal. They're great. Don't have an issue with them. Once you switch over to 6S, yeah, they're not great. They snap and twist off and twizzle off, and they start looking like this. You can see how twisted those ribs are. Eventually those go. So yes, if you want to run this truck on 6S, you definitely want to go to metal drive shafts. Problem is, Traxxas sells them in a kit. You cannot buy them from anyone else. They're like $100, and you got to run different hubs and all this other thing. And it's kind of a pricey, gougey deal. So stay tuned, because M2C Racing is going to be coming out with some steel drive shafts for this truck. And that's kind of what I'm waiting for. That's why I haven't purchased any. Another thing is, when you get the truck out of the box, the suspension, it needs a little work. Now the shocks, these GTR shocks from Traxxas, they're great. I have no problems with them. But the truck doesn't perform well when you're sending it. So like you can see right now, I have really good dampening going on, right? Look at that. Yeah, very little bounce at all, okay? And didn't even chassis slap. All right? But it took a little bit to get it to that point. Now, obviously, I've changed my oils up. I wanted to do this as basic as possible. I didn't change the pistons. I didn't change the gaskets or anything like that. These are still the stock shocks, guys. But what I did was I took all the oil out of the rear and I put in, where is it? A mixture. I like to mix oils. Half 50 and half 80. Okay? And I put that in the rear, and it is super plush, y'all. Super plush. And in the front, I put half 50, half, where is it? half 50, half 60, or something like that mixture. Almost a full 50, 60. And man, y'all, we're gonna test it out and send it. But just looking at it here on the bench really helped this truck out a ton. Okay, so you definitely got to play with your suspension. My last pet peeve so far with this truck right here is the bell crank and this steering brace. So I took some of y'all's advice. I've got a metal one of these coming, thank God, and I've got a metal steering bell crank and the whole steering rack. It's all metal and it's on the way. But in the meantime, what I did, because this kept popping out, it was driving me nuts. There's a little plastic nubby thing on the bottom of that. You can see I took this plastic cap off, I put a bearing on and a screw, and I drilled a hole in this plastic here, and that screw head sits in that hole, and it's a lot better than what it was before. So I'm going to be testing this out today, and if this mod really works, I will do this mod on camera for you guys, for those who want to keep this thing bone stock and you don't have to buy any upgrades. But we're going to test it and see if it does pop out. And that being said, we're going to go send it. Let's do it. Oh, that was bad. Something broke. A drive shaft or something. Yeah, the drive shaft. Brand new plastic shaft. Snapped. That's why you gotta have the steel drive shafts. But so far the hubs are holding up great. I haven't had any popping out here, so that's good. The suspension's working better, so I'm happy with that. That was really weak. Come on, Traxxas Maxx. You can do better than that. Actually, that was a really nasty hit. It would have hurt any car. Straight sideways like that. All right. So we're gonna pull this hub off real quick and fix this drive shaft that just popped out of there. But I gotta say, so far these hot racing hubs, they're awesome. They're worth it. Worth every penny. The sucker's not want to come off. Alrighty, got her fixed up. New drive shaft.